Tonight on Behind the Bench, presented by your local Jeep dealer. Rangers head coach John Tortorella and longtime NHL coach Mike Keenan will talk about the Blue Shirts and all things hockey. It's another session in the film room with Coach Tortorella, and the guys will answer questions from you, the fans. That much more as we go Behind the Bench. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Behind the Bench. I'm Bill Pito, along with John Tortorella and Mike Keenan. Great to see you guys. Great to be along here for show number 2 of the season. And Coach, this has really been an excellent run for you guys. How do you manage expectations when things go well?
You're thinking about how to keep it going, not to let it turn on you in any way. It's kind of like the half empty. I want us to continue to work on the details, because in our game, it can quickly go the other way, and that's what you try to guard against. And we spent a lot of time the past couple of days just talking about the details of our game, try to keep us in a good spot here, at least playing the right way.
Do you try to point out the things that aren't going well so the guys maybe don't get too overconfident, Mike?
Well, it's a fine line. You have to ride the wave and build their confidence, and sometimes you win hockey games when you shouldn't, and sometimes you lose hockey games when you should be winning. And it's the details that John just alluded to, making sure that you consistently stay on top of those details, because it's the small things that either bring you to success or not. And if you let those slide, if you get too complacent, you get a little bit lazy, and that's a tough thing for the coach, because, you know, when they're winning, they don't need you, and when they're losing, they really need you.
Yeah.
So it's a fine line that the coach has to keep pushing them, and sometimes that's a tough sell, because now they get a little bit, which is a good thing to a certain extent, a little bit confident, and you just have to guard against the overconfidence.
You know, you look at what's going on with the team. Did you conceive that you could be off to this good a start and only have one goal through 15 games from Brandon Dubinsky?
Well, that's the good news. I don't think Doobie has found his stride yet. I think there's a number of guys and some pretty important people on our club that haven't totally played what's expected of them consistently enough. But we have still found a way to win some hockey games. So that's good news, because I have full trust that Doobie will get going.
Because he's done a lot of other things really well.
Yes, he has. And that's a key for me. When a guy is struggling offensively, I don't even talk to him about the offense. I talk about away from the puck. And I think that's been one of our biggest strengths of our season so far, is our play away from the puck, our pressure from behind as far as back checking. Dan Girardi, among the leaders here in the league in ice time, not on the All-Star ballot. How is that possible? I don't know. Well, and I've said it, I've kind of beat the drum a little bit here, because and not just because Danny's our player, but because he has played really well for a long time. Last year, he was probably our most consistent defenseman throughout the year in all areas. This year, he's picked up right where we left off, and he's added, like you say, more responsibility because of Mark being out. He wasn't drafted. He was kind of a no-name. Didn't have a big name when he was younger. I liken him to like the Stahl family, with the name that they have in the league, and rightfully so. They're really good players. But if you don't have that type of pedigree or that type of notoriety coming in, people don't look at you the same way. And I think the league's wrong. I think it's dead wrong, because Danny Girardi has played well enough, long enough to be on that All-Star ballot. He's the most underrated defenseman, I think, in our league.
You know, a lot of things going on around the league, and in recent weeks we saw Tampa Bay against Philadelphia. Guy Boucher, Tampa's coach, goes to the 1-3-1, and Philadelphia, coached by Peter Laviolette, basically doesn't move the puck at all. They blow the whistle twice to try and get things sped up. It was really, I was working with Mike that night, and Mike was just beside himself because of what was going on. What was your reaction to that?
You know what? I don't have a reaction. I don't want to coach anybody else's team. I'm in the business. I have my thoughts, but I don't like people coaching our team or making comments about our team or players or style. I don't think I should with the other teams. It's their call. They coach the team. It's their call, and that's just about what I have to say about it.
You were not
I've
thrilled.
got lots to say about it. I can. I'm in a different situation, and I agree with them. You should be saying. But it's not about coaching another team. The 1-3-1 is no surprise. We've seen it before. I just didn't like that the Philadelphia Flyers were instructed not to move the puck. We've tried for 10 years to get the speed of the game, the gauge, the fastest game in the world, keep it moving. The onus, and it was the interpretation of the referee, is on the people that have the puck. The whole objective of the game is to take the puck and to score goals, more goals than the opposition. So you can set up defense any way you like. The idea is to get the puck and then counter or get on the attack. So I think the dynamics of the game, we want to keep the game a vibrant, dynamic game, and you don't do it by that kind of strategy.
All right, guys, much to come. Coming up, we'll go in the film room with Coach John Tortorella. We'll also find out what gives Rangers center Derek Stepan the edge. And coming up next, it's a special Coach's Challenge edition of the Open Mic when Behind the Bench continues.
1, 2, 3, Rangers!
Welcome back to Behind the Bench, presented by your local Jeep dealer. Now it's time to find out what gives Rangers center Derek Stepan the edge.
I'm just moving my legs, offensively creating a lot of chances, and being responsible in my own end. Patience is a big part of my game. I'm not the biggest or the strongest or the fastest, so I got to make sure that I move myself around the ice correctly, and when I do get a chance, to make sure I'm patient with it, and make sure that I make the right decisions.
Both offensively and defensively, he's probably been one of our most consistent players in the last 8-10 games. And this is a 21-year-old kid. Up the middle of the ice as a center iceman, 21 years old, doing the things he's doing. It's really good right now for our organization and for the future.
It's hard to come back after a good season. I don't know if it's your first season or your second season or your 10th season. Once you have a good season, it's hard to fill those shoes. You got to make sure you come back and work hard and do the things that you did the year before and continue to grow. As a rookie, you have to learn some things. I think this season I'm still learning a lot, but there's certain things that you can skip over and kind of try to get yourself comfortable within a game.
Derek Stepan, what about his game impresses you?
Right now, everything. He's maturing off the ice. I can't keep him off the ice. He's excelled in so many different areas, offensively and defensively, and it's really, because I thought he struggled early on. With a number of our guys did early on with our travel, and I just didn't think Step was quick enough in camp. But he's found a little magic with Gabrick here.
And we've talked a lot about your gut when it comes to the lineup. You look at Stepan, Gabrick, and Anisimov together. Because they're going so well, does that make you less likely to maybe change things up? Because you talk about your instinct and how you'll do things. Would you maybe wait on that because they've been so good? Or not?
I don't want to change them. I mean, it's not like, and I know Michael, it's not like I sit behind, it seems like everything's written about or talked about. It's like I'm back there wanting to change them as soon as possible. If I'm going to make a line change, it's going to be for a reason of what I think is good for the hockey team, not just to change lines. And we were stale offensively. Gabby and Richie were stale right from the get-go. It just didn't work out that way. Now, it may later on. But when a line is going, I'm certainly not going to change it. And I wasn't sure how that was going to work. I put Artie on left wing. Artie has played the best hockey I've seen him play since I've coached him at left wing, and he's a natural center. I'm not touching that, but you ask me a month from now, if that's not going well and it's stale for 4 or 5 games, yeah, I'm going to change it. I am never going to be a coach that's going to sit there and wait for 12 games for a line to get going. It won't happen. I think that's wrong. I think your team's going to look at
minutes?
you.
How about 12 seconds?
Yeah. Well, that's him.
12 seconds, 12 minutes.
Don't have a poor first shift.
But you have to show your team you want to help them and you want to try to spark something. Now, it may not work, but sometimes it does, and this did. And it's been a huge catalyst to us scoring some goals here.
All right, so Gabrick, Anisimov, Stepan, the gas line. Do I get credit for that?
Oh, that's pretty good.
I heard it before you.
Good.
I heard that a couple weeks ago.
You did?
Yes, I did.
I don't get a patent on
you.
that?
No. Just worry about the show. Forget about getting credit.
You can't take credit.
All right, time to switch gears. It was the second annual Garden of Dreams Coaches Challenge. Basketball coach Mike D'Antoni and Torts with 4th graders from PS 218 of the Bronx going head-to-head. It's a special edition of Open Mic. Let's take a listen.
Good afternoon and welcome to the second annual Garden of Dreams Coaches Challenge. And now to meet our teams. First up, representing the New York Rangers, please welcome Team Tortorella. And now representing the New York Knicks, please welcome Team D'Antoni.
Don't be shy. Try the best you can. When you're this age, it's not so much about winning. It's about listening and preparing. Each day when you're in school, you're trying to be a better person. You're trying to be a better student. So you prepare yourself. So that's what we try to do with our athletes. Their profession is hockey. Your profession is students and growing up. So you got to prepare yourself each and every day and be ready for it. Everybody put your hand in. Okay, who's going to lead us? Who wants to lead us?
You!
Me?
Yeah!
All right, I'll start us. We all got to say it. All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Rangers!
We're looking forward to a great day full of fun and intense competition. We want you all to compete hard, learn what it's like to be coached by two of the best coaches in the business, but most of all, have fun.
I think we should have an audience in here. I think people should come in and see how hard these guys compete and just see what the kids do in this type of situation. And for Mike and I, we just have just as much fun as they do, so it was terrific.
You can see the joy in their face when they came into the locker rooms, where they are, the understanding of how special this is, and that just, you know, you can feel it in your own heart. And that's what makes it fun for me, is that when I leave, I'm happier than they are, so this is a great day.
At this age, it's to teach them how to help one another, teamwork, and for today, make sure you have some fun. And they're so shy, you need to coax them along to at least get involved. We just want them to be involved in some of these activities, not to push them in the wrong way, but just to get them involved, to experience some things.
Great job, everyone, and congratulations to both teams.
You guys lose this year. You know why? Because I wasn't there.
Oh yeah.
You needed me in the tug of war, didn't you?
Mike cheated.
I know, he cheats every year.
He's bored because he's not coaching, so he's trying to do all sorts of things, and he did it with the fourth graders.
The thing is, we had it on the video that he cheated. It's the second year he cheated, but last year with me, along with you, we were able to overcome the cheating. What happened this year?
You're the key. You wanted credit for the gas line, and now you want credit for the win last year also.
All right, coming up later, the coaches will answer questions from you, the fans, but coming up next, we go in the film room, another film session with John Tortorella. Stay with us. We're back with more on Behind the Bench after this.